Cabinet door for two. Or a drink for
Mark Dollar from Jameson Sotheby's International Realty here, and I wanted to do today's video about the cross-section between what you do in life and your lifestyle with real estate, and kind of how I do that, because agents, we work our tails off, so a lot of times we don't really have a chance to get out there and do things with our personal life, so it is good to have an outlet though. So mine is music, and the other thing I really like is cool localized neighborhood stuff, and that's why I brought in Zach, who is the singer in my band, my best friend, and is really into a lot of the same things too. It's like, we're in kind of Humboldt Park near Smith Park. What are your favorite things about the neighborhood?
My favorite things about this neighborhood is the fact that there's an actual community feel. I feel very integrated in the community. Everything is like a 2 to 3 block walk. When my wife and I were looking to move to a new place, some things that were really important to us was feasibility of walking to a lot of localized neighborhood things. Around here, hey, there's an awesome coffee shop, like just basically right across the street. Hey, if I want to go and listen to some really cool jazz music and have a cocktail, it's 2 blocks away from my house. Guess what? I can also ride my bike downtown to my job, which makes things very, very convenient. So.
Yeah, it's kind of a bohemian little spot of town, and so that really fits in if you have that artist mentality, so musician, artist, there's a lot of artist spaces here. In fact, we do our practice for band practice close by, just a couple blocks away, so you can kind of have that whole contained, localized artistic lifestyle in this neighborhood, so that's a cool thing. And so we trying to, relate that to what you're doing if you're going to buy real estate is think about how you live your life and make sure that you're getting into a neighborhood where you're doing those things that you're really into. So someone that has that artistic feel wants a really local, hyper Chicago style neighborhood. I think this is a great fit. Depending on other things you might be into, for instance, if you want to go to the lake, this might not be the best neighborhood. So I think more importantly than some of the details about the actual home, because you will work those into your life as you go, is the neighborhood does a lot for what you're thinking about with your lifestyle.
So yeah, I think you really have to think about what makes sense for you and for your family. I know that after you had your son, you really prioritized having a little bit more space. So you moved up north. Still really cool things to do out there. So if you're single or married without kids, still a great choice. But for my wife and I, we currently don't have children, so it just made a little bit more sense for us to maybe not have as much outdoor space, but to be much closer to a lot of accessible, really cool local music stuff, restaurants, local bars.
Yeah, very cool. So our band is called 5 Step Drop. You can find us on Apple Music, and it's the number 5, not spelled out 5, if that makes sense. Correct. And we got a 4-song EP. Zach and I do not actually perform on that EP, even though we play those songs. It was recorded before we joined the band, being the newest additions to the band. But we will have another EP or CD coming out sometime in the next couple of years. Now we have a full recording studio, so we'll be able to put some cool stuff down.
Exactly. The genesis of the band is pretty interesting. I think it's been kind of in the works over the past decade. So yeah, Mark and I are lucky enough to have been brought into the family and to play with 2 really cool guys. The guitar player Alex and the drummer Charlie. They're awesome.
It's really great musicians.
Really, dedicated, and it's nothing else, just a really great outlet to be able to get together with your buddies, play some cool rock music, have a beer or 2, get out of the house.
How did you get into the band? Was it were we just kind of sitting around in a place like this and was like, hey, we kind of need a singer?
Yeah, pretty much.
We were having some
drinks, and we're like, hey, you want to try out and sing in the band?
Why not?
Why would I not do that? Yeah, let's try it. So that was well over a year ago.
Yeah, I think that was about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And then our first show was at Cobra Lounge.
In a blizzard.
Yeah, in a blizzard, but we still had a great turnout and it was loads of fun.
It was one of the highlights of my year for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one thing that's great about Chicago in general is just a lot of music venues like that. So if you're in a band And no matter what type of music you play, you'll find a place to go get your music out into the world. And I think we're finding that. So
Exactly.
yeah. So if you're like listening to a band, who do you think is kind of the conductor? Like which piece? Like you got, you know, a normal 4-piece. You know, you got drums, bass, guitar, and singer. Who's like the conductor of the band? Do you think? Like,
So, I know it's going to sound like an unpopular opinion, but I would actually argue it's the bass player.
okay, I would agree, but you know, I'm a little biased.
I mean, the funny thing is, so am I. Like, I come from a background of well, actually, first playing the cello, then playing the bass, and then moving into guitar, and now not playing any instrument in the band. But, you know, there's a lot of things on the surface going on in music, but what is actually driving, what's integrating the entirety of the band is actually the bass line. It's that connection between the drums and the rest of the band. Without
Right.
it, you have something that's hollow that does not
Right,
fit
right.
correctly.
I think a lot of people say that you can't totally tell what the bass line is, but when it's not there, something feels really wrong. And there's something to that. And so I think a little bit real estate can be kind of the same way, where I'm trying to connect the different parties and really make sure everything is running along to the same sheet music and that things are going at the right tempo and the right notes are being hit here and there. So the tempo is with the drums, the notes are with the singer and guitarist. So you're really putting that rhythm and melody together, and that's when you make a really great song, make really great music. Or in the case of real estate, you make a really great transaction where you're kind of taking those different elements that are a little bit more technical on one side and a little more artistic on one side, but putting it all together in a really seamless way.
Absolutely.
So even if you're not at all interested in buying anytime soon, I would be really happy to give pretty much anyone a good tour of what Chicago neighborhoods are all about. And we have so much to choose from. It's really great. And, you know, beyond that, just rock and roll.